While a galaxy far, far away has grabbed the attention of fans everywhere with its intense action and elaborate storyline, a question on a lot of people's minds still is if the new Star Wars Battlefront game will be able to bring that same galaxy we already know and love a little closer to home, or is it just too hyped up? Well, I've been playing the game for quite some time now, and I've got to say, there's hope beyond the hype. Star Wars Battlefront is undeniably a thrilling title dealing both fans of the series and generally interested gamers the chance to feel like they're part of such an iconic franchise. Its detailed landscapes and nostalgia-inducing tones create a sense of gameplay design with a feel of authenticity in mind, and this translates beautifully as there's nothing quite like traversing the snowy maps of Hoth or wielding the power of the Force as Darth Vader, but while it shines in aesthetics, it begins to fade when players begin to really dive into its scattered array of modes, leaving a half-hearted sense of fandom and fulfillment. See, let's get something out of the way first. If you're expecting to find a story mode in DICE's Star Wars Battlefront reboot, you won't find it. But what you will find is an extensive amount of online multiplayer with a few local single and two-player split-screen options. And that's not all bad, by any means, because in the midst of some less favored game types are others that take full advantage of the large-scale battles that support Battlefront's aspirations for building something so big. Modes like Walker Assault and my personal favorite Supremacy put both online servers and skilled FPS gamers to the test in massive 40-player combat. They're both modes of control and blend both the aerial and ground types of combat in play, and whether you're a rebel hoping to take down AT-AT walkers or simply an Imperial searching for rebel scum to blast, having a mix of resources in one mode is quite nice. But Battlefront also boasts an assortment of other online options varying in size and strategy types that take further advantage of the Star Wars brand. With modes going anywhere from 6 to 40 players across 12 multiplayer maps at launch, this is where players are able to narrow in on what they like to do most, whether it be going in all-out ship combat modes or fighting as heroes like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo in dedicated modes like Heroes vs. Villains. Most rely on capturing and holding control points in the form of droids or crashed pods, and some can begin to feel slightly familiar to the other, but it's here where you can get a break from the intensity of the larger scaled fights. That, or you can hop into a deathmatch like mode called Blast, but be ready to die a lot at first. And plus, there's other missions where you can take on battles as heroes, fight to survive, and even play briefly storied tutorials to learn the game's mechanics.
We must make an example of these rebels.
Ultimately, it comes down to the more time you spend with Battlefront, the more you'll get out of it. The game relies on a ranking system that communicates across both the online modes and missions, adding to your score depending on completed achievements, degree of difficulty, and how well you play. And as a reward, credits come into the system, lending you the chance to redeem them for more powerful weapons, handy cards to use on the fly and play, costume additions, and even some funny emotes. But it just takes time, and sometimes you'll want to spend it to see another epic moment happen, and in others you won't because you grow too irritated of having to traverse through the ginormous maps just to find everybody else, or just to die again from people hiding in the map's cracks and crevices. But amongst the highs and lows, there seems to be an overwhelming factor, and that's that Star Wars Battlefront does such a good job of creating a Star Wars experience. And just like the films, you can't help but revisit it from time to time to enjoy what it has to offer. Sure, at times it may seem a little strung out and chaotic, but with the variety it offers, the beauty of it all, and the whole nostalgia factor, it has just enough force to draw you in.
This will cut you down.